Welcome to the Fitness Beginner Podcast, where we help you take the first steps on your fitness journey. Whether you're new to working out or you're looking to get back into it, we've got you covered with tips, tricks, and inspiration to help you reach your goals. So grab your workout gear and let's get started.
All right, and we are live. Welcome back with Murphy Mack with yet another episode of the Fitness Beginner Podcast. So today we got a topic that we all struggle with. I myself struggle with this myself pretty regularly because I got a real bad sweet tooth, and I know most of y'all do too. But today we're going to talk about ways that we can kind of help fight or curb those sugar cravings that we get pretty much every day. But first, before we get into it, I'm going to update y'all a little bit about myself. As y'all, if you listen to the previous podcast, y'all know I went on vacation last week. We actually took a cruise to the Bahamas. We went to Nassau and a little private island called Coco Cay. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. The first cruise I ever been on. It was pretty neat. It was basically like if you've ever been to an all-inclusive resort before, it's basically the same thing. You're just on water. So it's pretty neat. They get everything you can think of to do. They got all kinds of excursions and events on the boat that you can do. So it's pretty neat. I enjoyed it. We had a good time. And I didn't get sunburned, so that was a win, because your boy is pale and freckly over here, so I get sunburned everywhere I go. But you can probably tell that I'm kind of a little under the weather. I'm a little sick. I don't know what caused it, but I didn't get sick until I got back home. So I started getting a little cold like yesterday. I don't know if it came from the boat or what. But yeah, I got a runny nose, real bad sneeze, but we making it. So yeah, let's get into the podcast today. We're going to talk about how do we fight sugar cravings, or some tips, tricks, techniques, ways to kind of curb those sugar cravings that we get on a day-to-day basis. And I got 13 tips that we're going to go over. And we're not going to dive into like a super amount of detail, but we're just going to kind of hit these tips from a big perspective. Hopefully y'all can learn something from the podcast today. Take these tips and apply them into your daily routine, and hopefully they'll help you kind of stay away from eating the sugary junk food that is so available nowadays. So number one, first and foremost, and this is big in general, that you need to do in general, not just for fighting sugar cravings, but number one, eat more protein. You need to eat more protein. This is, if you want to build muscle, you need to eat more protein. If you want to lose weight, you need to eat more protein. If you're trying to fight those sugar cravings, eat more protein. Eating more protein can help you carve those sugar cravings by keeping you full, keep you satisfied for longer periods of time. Some good sources of protein are eggs, chicken, turkey, fish, legumes. I mean, y'all know things that include protein. It's basically just meats. All your meats are pretty high in protein, and eggs. Eggs are pretty big too. So yeah, eat more protein to help you keep you full, help you keep you satiated for a longer period, so then you won't be as hungry to crave those sugar cravings. Number two, get enough sleep. I think this is one that we all need to this is an important one for all of us. Get enough sleep, because with today's day and age, like we just don't sleep a lot. We really don't. We stay up late and we wake up early. That's just how it is. Getting enough sleep is crucial for regulating your appetite, regulating your hormones, reducing cravings, including those sugar cravings. You need to aim to get at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. And a good thing that also helps is going to bed at the same time and also waking up at the same time. So this was pretty easy for me to do, because like during the week, you go to bed and wake up for the same time for work every day. So it's kind of easy to do that. But with that being said, I probably don't get as much sleep as I probably should. I probably should get a little bit more. So try to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. It's going to help regulate your hormones, regulate your appetite, things like that. And that's going to help you reduce those cravings. Number 3, stay hydrated. So hydration is key for overall health in general, but sometimes we mistake thirst for hunger. So sometimes you may feel like you're a little hungry, but a lot of times if you just drink a bottle of water, you may notice that hunger may go away. When you kind of feel this hunger, you're going to end up snacking on sugary treats, snacking on junk food. So staying hydrated can help you avoid this mistake, and it'll reduce those sugar cravings. And you just need to stay hydrated in general, just for your overall well-being. Number 4, reduce stress. Everybody knows that we like to stress eat. That's just the thing. Everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people tend to binge eat when they're stressed out, because stress can cause those like the triggers for those sugar cravings. People use eating as a like coping mechanism for stress. Find healthy ways to manage that stress. Some of those ways may be exercise, meditation. So these two things can kind of help with sugar cravings. So try to reduce your daily stress throughout your life, and this kind of help you reduce those cravings, and you won't binge eat as much. Number 5, eat fermented foods. So fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, I think that's how you say it, they contain probiotics that can improve gut health, which in turn can reduce sugar cravings. So some other fermented foods are like sauerkraut, pickles, yogurt, apple cider vinegar. These are going to be good things to help you. These are good foods that contain probiotics, which can kind of help gut health, which in turn will reduce those sugar cravings. Number 6, eat more fiber. So eating fiber-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, they can keep you feeling fuller for longer. And then in return, that'll help you fight those reduced sugar cravings. This one's kind of like the protein that we talked about in tip number 1. It'll help you reduce those cravings, make you feel fuller longer. So you want to get more fiber into your daily diet. All right, number 7, avoid processed foods. Processed foods are often high in added sugars. This can trigger those sugar cravings. So instead, you want to opt for whole foods, foods that are not processed, single ingredient foods. The best way I like to explain processed foods are anything that has a wrapper or a box. These are normally processed foods. Like, for example, when you go in a grocery store, all the foods that are on the aisles in the middle of the store, those 9 times out of 10, those are processed foods. So what you want to do when you go to the grocery store is walk around the outside perimeter of the grocery store, and that's where you need to get all your food from. Because the outside perimeter, if you think about it, you walk in Walmart. First thing you walk into Walmart is in the food section is fruits and vegetables. And then if you keep walking around, you're going to get to the meat section. So, because that's where they put like the cold, like the fridges and freezers and stuff around the outside. So that's going to be mainly more of your whole foods, your unprocessed foods. So stay around the perimeter of your grocery store. And that's normally 9 times out of 10, that's a good place for you to stay and keep you away from those processed foods. Once you go into the aisles, foods that have long shelf lives, those are kind of foods that are normally going to be processed and have sugar and all that kind of junk in there that you don't necessarily want to eat. All right, so that was number 7. Number 8, use spices instead of sugar. So spices like cinnamon, nutmeg, this can add sweetness to your food without adding sugar. So in return, that'll reduce your overall sugar intake, which will reduce those sugar cravings. Number 9, eat regularly. So skipping meals or going too long without eating can lower it'll lower your blood sugar and your sugar cravings. So eating regularly eat regular meals and snacks, and this can help stabilize like your blood sugar, and it will reduce those cravings because your body kind of needs food throughout the day to kind of function properly. And if you're like starving yourself throughout the day or you're skipping meals, it'll kind of throw your hormones off a little bit. It'll lower your blood sugar, and then that's when you kind of crave those sugary foods, snacks. Number 10, exercise regularly. So exercise can reduce stress. It can improve your mood. It can regulate your appetite. All of these, which will help reduce sugar cravings. I think it's pretty common to know that you need to be exercising on a regular basis. And plus, if you're exercising and you know you worked hard, you don't want to necessarily go snack on some junk food and ruin all those results that you just worked hard on that day or that you've been working hard on. So it's kind of like a mental thing working out as well. All right, number 11, avoid artificial sweeteners. So this is one I kind of agree with this one, then I kind of don't. So artificial sweeteners can actually increase sugar cravings because it kind of confuses your brain that you're eating real sugar because it's sweet. In return, it'll make you kind of crave those sugary foods because your body thinks it's getting it anyways because it's eating sugar replacements like artificial sweeteners. So yeah, it may trick you into having like more sugar cravings, but then again, artificial sweeteners are most of the time they're 0 calories. So if you are eating artificial sweeteners, you're eating a lot less calories, which can help you lose weight in the long run. But if it's triggering sugar cravings and after you eat that, you're going to eat something with real sugar in it, well, then you're eating all those calories again. So it's kind of like, I don't know, it's hard. It's a hard situation. Some people really like artificial sweeteners and some people are really against them. It kind of just depends on the person that you are. Like I actually agree with eating artificial sweeteners because it's an easy way for me to eat sweet stuff without taking in the extra calories, because they are 0 calories. So, but you still get that sweet tooth. I mean, you still get that sweet taste. But if this is going to cause you to eat more sugary foods like afterwards, then you probably should stay away from artificial sweeteners. So you just kind of have to be strong-minded to know that, hey, I'm eating this sweet food, but that don't mean I can go eat some donuts afterwards, you know. Artificial sweeteners are good for replacing sugar. So, like, for example, I like to put the sugar packets in my coffee. Instead of putting real sugar in my coffee, I like to put the artificial sweetener like Splenda or stevia. Stevia is a good one. It's like a natural artificial sweetener, 0 calories. I use that one too. So like things like that, I like to put in my coffee instead of putting regular sugar. It's so I get 0 calories instead of adding all the extra junk from sugar in there. But a good way to opt for different sweeteners that's not necessarily artificial sweeteners is you can use something natural like honey or maple syrup. Those are good replacements as well. All right, number 12, eat mindfully. So eat mindfully can help you savor your food and reduce overeating, which can lead to less sugar cravings. So take time to enjoy your meals, enjoy your snacks without distractions. Don't be on your phone. Don't be watching TV, because if you do this, you're not paying attention to what you're eating or what you're putting in your mouth. So you kind of just eat, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, it's all gone now, so I guess that means I'm done eating. So just be mindful of what you're eating and be mindful when you're eating as well. Enjoy your food. I mean, healthy food don't have to be nasty, you know. You can make it taste good and you can actually enjoy it. All right, number 13, find healthy alternatives. So if you still crave sweets, opt for something more healthy, like a healthy alternative such as fruit, dark chocolate, smoothie. You can make a smoothie with fruit, something like that, with all natural ingredients. These are great ways to have healthy alternatives for sweets. One of my favorites is I like to eat low-fat Greek yogurt because it's pretty high in protein and low in calories. But you can mix the little 0-calorie water flavorings in there in the yogurt with it, and then I actually like to throw some fruit in there too, and then you just mix it all up, and it tastes delicious. Like, it tastes like flavored yogurt, real deal. I like to eat that before I go to bed a lot of times because I get cravings when I get, like, right before I go to bed every night. I always get like, I need something sweet. So that's something that I opt to a lot, is the yogurt, because you can put that 0-calorie water flavor in there, and it makes your yogurt real sweet. And then you get the added benefit of having the fruit in there with it as well, which will also sweeten it up. So that's one of my go-tos for something sweet. So yeah, that's my 13 tips. That's about all I got for y'all. We're going to run through them real quick, just to hit on them again. Number 1, eat more protein. Number 2, get enough sleep. Number 3, stay hydrated. Number 4, reduce stress. Number 5, eat fermented foods. Number 6, eat more fiber. Number 7, avoid processed foods. Number 8, use spices instead of sugar. Number 9, eat regularly. Number 10, exercise regularly. That's a hard word to say, regularly. Y'all try to say it. Regularly. All right, number 11, avoid artificial sweeteners. Number 12, eat mindfully. Number 13, find healthy alternatives. So those are 13 good little tips, tricks, hacks, techniques to help you fight those sugar cravings that we all get. It's just part of the way we eat nowadays. Everything's sugary and it tastes good. That's just how it is. We all get them. I get them myself. I'm not perfect. I like to eat sugar myself. I ate a lot of snacks and junk food on the cruise that I went on this past week, and I'm not mad about it. So yeah, I just got to get back to it this week. That's all I got. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope y'all got something from the podcast today. Try to use these techniques in your daily routine. Mix them up. Try them. See if they work for you. If they don't, try something else, If you need help, reach out to me. I'd love to help you in any way I can. Yeah, that's all I got. Thank y'all for hanging out with me today. Peace, love, protein. Y'all have a good day.
Thanks for tuning in to the Fitness Beginner Podcast. We hope you found today's episode helpful and inspiring. Remember to always start small, set realistic goals, and most importantly, have fun. Don't forget to tune in next week for more tips and advice on how to kickstart your fitness journey. Until then, stay active and stay healthy.